All right, guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and I brought another of the legendary whale trio, my boy NOLAR, to talk about the top 10 50% units, support units.
Yep. We put them in the pecking order, man, and I think we're in agreement on this one.
Yeah, so remember, guys, strictly the top 10. You got to rank them, do top 10, for the title, right? The title of the video. It's very top 10. People love it. All right, so this is actually part 2. We did a part 1 over on NOLAR's channel where we went through numbers 10 through 6. Maybe there will be some controversial picks over there, I'm sure. We probably will. We'll go through all 10 at the end of the video, I'm sure. But make sure you guys check out part 1 to see our full thoughts on 10 through 6. Right here on screen, we are starting with number 5, which we have Hyper Meta-Rilldo, the Extreme AGL one. Now, one thing to say right here at the start with these support type units, right? Their leader skills are all the same. Their passives are all the same, right? So, like, there's not really much difference there. The real difference for these units is what they're doing on super attack, their links, then what categories they're on, and then even more specifically what, so like Rildo, what extreme AGL units are on like Artificial Life Form or Terrifying Conquerors, right? That matters.
Right.
So you got Artificial Life Form, Baby is on there. Really, really good. Android 13 is on there. That's important. Super 17, who's probably going to get an EZA soon and might just be ridiculous with this Rildo, right? It's like those things. But actually, yeah, because they're both going to have like GT and stuff like that. So, that's good.
Yep.
Does Super 17 have Thirst for Conquest, actually? I know one thing that always pissed me off about Super 17, he doesn't have Thirst for Conquest, is that Super 17 doesn't have Big Bad Bosses. That's always annoyed me.
Yeah, that is annoying.
So... Go ahead. Here, I'll let you start with Rildo.
Well, Rildo, okay, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page, his super attack effect is he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So that's amazing, right? And then he seals the super attack, which is kind of stupid because I think every other 50% has only two effects, and then he has 3.
He has
so
3. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it's like
he got the special treatment.
All 3 are really good. Like, I don't know, like stacking attack for like a long event, right, is going to be super good for like Beerus or something like that. But like we're talking like Super Battle Road, greatly raising attack for 1 turn is going to be, I think, more of an effect than stacking attack.
So, absolutely.
Like that's gonna, and like he's so defensive. A 50% defense raise and ceiling. He's just so good.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Like I've used him of course, on Extreme Super Battle Road. And I would say, is the MVP of that. Well, maybe behind Baby, because Baby's just so stupid with his transformation, like requirement being nothing. Like you transform and cheese the hell out of the Extreme Super Battle. But you can run. The reason why I think he's higher up on the list, and I agree with you, is that you can run a like strictly Artificial Life Form Extreme AGL variant and run it well. I've tried that on Extreme Super Battle Road, and that was fun. With Baby as lead, and then you've got Oms, the Baby Janemba. He's really good too once he got his awakening. So the healing and
the dodging,
and now that all that stuff is just great. So Artificial Life Forms, that's good. Terrifying Conquerors, not really sure who else is on that Extreme AGL. Let me take a quick
let's
look.
see. So you do have Baby, Vegeta, and Nappa. See, the thing about Vegeta and Nappa,
Golden Frieza,
they're super good, but it's like for difficult events. Like they're not a Dokkan event unit really. They're designed for the difficult parts. You do have Turles on there. See, a lot of some of these like villain categories, like Terrifying Conqueror, Diabolical Villain, they're just so interesting to me because I see a lot of characters pop up like Slug, Turles, Great Ape Vegeta, Bojack, who are going to get Dokkan Fest exclusives. Baby. All these characters have got to be getting Dokkan Fest exclusives soon. Because Bojack doesn't even have one yet. Like it's weird. Right? So that'll be interesting. But yeah, there's some good Extreme AGL units here. Yeah, like you said, Golden Frieza still very good. So that's definitely
Metal. Yeah, you have Metal Cooler. So, and then the new EZA Final Form Cooler, or Easy Area, I should say. The one from the Bob Shop.
Quite good,
so he's very good. Yeah. So I agree. If he's this good and he's number 5, you guys got to see who's the rest coming up. So
yeah. So we'll go ahead and jump into 4. I have Evil Buu, Super Buu here at number 4. Maybe I feel like potentially you probably could like slide like 4, 5, 6 around if you really wanted to, right?
Yeah,
But
you could
like,
justify that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Buu, see, Buu is different in that all these other units, right? They've got multiple super attack effects. Buu only has one, but
Yep.
18% healing is nuts. That's huge, and he is a physical type unit, so you can get him to 20 additional just with his potential
Mm-hmm.
system, and then with equipment you could stack on. How much extra can you get? 7, right? Because you can't do.
7. Yeah.
Because what is it? You can't do silver additional for him, I think, but you could do gold additional, or you could do additional in bronze. So
Right,
like
I
if
think so.
you're giving him a 54% chance to additional super, so you could heal 36. Like he's healing over 1/3 of your HP. Like it's
Yep.
crazy. And then of course he's on a lot of teams now. In particular, it's going to be very interesting to see how he's going to impact the Buu Saga team. Like, because, they're very clearly sort of like splitting it up into extreme and superclass the way they've done with Realm
Mm-hmm.
of Gods. Like, I was even
Yep.
wondering, could we see them do like a. So, like, we're definitely going to get like an LR Kid Buu at some point. Probably like a, Spirit Bomb, Goku, and Vegeta card, exchange card. Like, they could do so many interesting things with that. But I was wondering
Right.
if their leader skills might specifically be super class Buu Saga and then extreme class Buu Saga. Like I feel like that's possible. But
Yeah.
the only thing is for
Yeah.
extreme class Buu Saga, they got to give us a lot more, right? Like it's
Yes.
so tiny right now. But like this Buu could be interesting. You run him with Deborah. Deborah and this Buu is a very nasty combo because Deborah is supporting both. Buu is supporting both. Deborah is stacking defense. I think
Yep.
Deborah has either a stun or a seal chance on his passive. Him and
Uh,
Gohan, they
let's
go back and
see.
forth.
Yeah, medium chance to stun, attack enemy for 2 turns.
Let's see,
So
it's a
yeah.
25%. That's not the greatest 25% chance, but at least it still does exist, right? It's like you could run
Yep.
that on some of these categories, Super Battle Road stages and stuff like that. Buu does have very good links, because again, usually with these Boos, you do want to run them with other Boos, and like Majin, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, Wall Standing Tall, Metamorphosis, all really good. I was just doing attempts the no item extreme physical, and it's like Metamorphosis. So like this guy and like
Yep.
physical cooler, you could be healing 10% at the start of turn, then he double supers and he heals
Yep.
36%. Like it's so crazy. Like at that point, he's healing almost half of your health just in one turn. Like it's so big. Curious?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you in the sense that like he doesn't really offer anything else besides the healing, but the healing is so clutch. It's such a big boost that
Yeah.
you'll notice the difference when you're in it. So like I ran an extreme physical super battle road version, and he was like I mean I obviously used a few items, but there were a few moments where I'm like I think I'm good. Once boof supers, I'm fine. And guess what? That's what it was. So yeah, I agree with you. The only issue I agree is that maybe when we get the Majin Buu saga, they need to pump out more. And the only issue is it's just there's so many Boos already, extreme physical Boos, right? Like,
Yep.
what else could they differentiate them in?
Yeah, true.
Because we already have another extreme physical Super Buu from I think that's the World Tournament, right?
Yep, that's the World Tournament one. He's pretty
Yeah,
decent as well for a World Tournament unit, considering he's years
yeah.
old, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, he got his awakening a while ago. I want to say like
Yeah.
over a year. So yeah, I mean, I want to see more extreme physical Majin Buu Saga units, but it's gonna be kind of hard because I mean, what else could we get, right? I mean, I think we're just missing a Buhan.
I mean, they could
Because
do
we got a Kid
Buhan,
Buu.
Buu Gotenks, Buu Piccolo.
Well, we have a Buu tanks, right? Extreme physical Buu tanks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, okay, because here's the thing, he's gonna get an EZA soon, actually. So
Yeah, so that's true.
that's gonna be a nice power buff for the Super Buu, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So I
um,
mean, I agree with you. The issues with Buu in terms of the Majin Buu saga is if you're gonna link him in there, it's just we need a little more variety. But it just might be a little difficult to get that. So
yeah. Okay, so that's Boo. Moving on to number 3. I feel like the top 3 kind of run away with it, honestly.
mhm.
Now, okay, so number 3 we have Hit, right? Now, me and Goresh both were screaming at the top of our lungs when this hit came out that he almost completely, to me, invalidates Tech Hit, the Dokkan Fest. Now, true, tech hit is going to do damage numbers that this hit can't. Like, even if you nuke with this guy, I feel like he'll struggle to keep up with tech hit, right? Like, in terms of damage. But this guy, like, the stunning, the stacking defense, it's just powerful. His links are going to be good for these teams he's running on, right? Because Universal Survival Saga, Universe 6, you're going to get Tournament Power, a bunch of these stuff. Whereas Universe 6, Infighter, I think, is it Jiren that has Infighter? I think he does, right? He does,
Let me
yeah.
double
Okay,
check
because I remember Jiren and Hit was actually a pretty good combo to run, especially because Jiren could get that stun and then Hit could get that stun. Could be pretty interesting to do. The only thing about Hit, right, is that the Extreme STR units that he's running with, there's not a lot of them. Because, like, two of the big teams you'd run Hit on, TOP and Universe 6, it's basically just him for Extreme STR.
Yep.
But the thing about these support type units is that even though the buff is only for Extreme STR, Super Tech, whatever, the key is not. So you run Hit on TOP, and he's still going to give key to LR UI Goku, Kefla, Jiren. Units that, like, Jiren and UI Goku need key, right? Kefla not really, because she needs orbs anyway. But that's the other thing. He's still creating orbs. Hit is. Right?
Yeah, provides orbs. Yep.
And, like, Kefla needs the orbs. So even though he's not necessarily buffing units on those teams, he is still going to be really, really good alongside them. And then Target Goku does have STR Cooler, who, we know how good Cooler is.
We know all about that. Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think of our boy Hit? How do you like him?
I think when he came out, he pretty much invalidated Tech Hit. And then when Kefla came out, she completely invalidated Tech Hit. So he's great. I mean, raising defense on a support unit, even if you throw him off rotation, is going to be immense, because that means you don't have to worry about him potentially eating a super and taking so much damage. You could be a little more wanton on your use of items potentially. But yeah, dude, he's just so good. And like you said, the units that you would run him, or the categories you would run him on, like TOP, U6, he links with everybody there. And again, even though there's not a lot of extreme strength units that he can buff, there are strength units he can just give key, which massively needed, right? Jiren, like you said, UI Goku. Whenever JP gets him, maybe tonight we get a download. Maybe we'll see.
Just an aside, yes, I could definitely see tonight, because then tonight we'd get maybe the Twitter reveal, tomorrow data download, and then like the night of the 15th is when I think he would come out. So yeah.
Possible.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope it's UI Goku, but I mean, they could. I feel like an LR Hit has like a small chance as well. Like, it would be interesting.
Actually, I just thought of that off the top of my head. It could be because Kefla's there.
Yep. And
maybe
like the Universe 6 story event and stuff like that, like with the equipment.
Yeah. The only reason I'm thinking this off the top of my head is like Ribrianne or something, a combo or exchange of those. Only because then she could.
Could you imagine? They give global LR UI Goku and they give JP LR. Oh my god, I would love that. Please. Please.
I just want to see Twitter burn right now.
that would be insane. All right, global UI Goku, JP LR Ribrianne. That would be the greatest.
Oh my god. All right. Well, anyways, to cap off Hit, yeah, he's great. I think people underrate him, honestly, until they actually use him.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then, of course, like,
that's my feeling on him.
Defensive stacking units are always going to be good. Like, even free-to-play defensive stacking units have a lot of value to run in some of these events. So, that's
absolutely.
Very strong. Okay, so then we move on to number 2 and 1. And again, whereas I felt like the top 3 kind of has a little bit of separation, absolutely 1 and 2 have separation, because both of them, Kid Gohan 2, Cabba, I mean, Cabba's far and away number 1. Their effect,
absolutely.
This raise attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns is just, it's so silly. It's so insane how powerful these units get. Like, completely stonewalling, like, in Goku. In the Legendary Goku event, like when they're just like fully going on rotation. And then like, Gohan is on so many freaking teams. There's a lot of good super int units on a lot of these teams that you're running with Gohan right here. Let me close out some of these. So okay, like let's just take a look at it, right? Like Hybrid Saiyans will pull up, Dragon Ball Seekers, Goku Family, Bond Master and Disciple. Actually, Exploding Rage. Is there anything on Exploding Rage that he's giving a buff to?
Just a couple,
Oh, it's basically just
or a
Blue
couple
Vegeta.
notable ones.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
really
the
anything too crazy.
Vegeta. Yeah, nothing you can really write home about. But let me address this one first. The
Yeah.
the Dragon Ball Seekers. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of super int units in there, and then of course you got Kid Goku, you got the GT Trio, you've got Giru, and then the EZA Goku Junior.
Yep.
Which I mean, these are all good units to run with him
I
on
mean,
that team.
Okay,
So
so Kid Goku, is a very strong unit, but he could struggle for ki, right? Well,
right.
Gohan takes a lot of that away, and then Kid Goku can really spread his wings. He's very good. He just needs a little bit of help with ki.
hmm So
So
yeah, that's Dragon Ball Seekers just like popped out of my head, and of course he's part of Goku family,
yep.
and there are a lot
God,
of
Goku
units
is on there. Yeah.
in that thing. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
look at that Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Oh, the transforming Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who of course needs orbs badly to
yep,
function. So this
absolutely.
Gohan really helps him there. Then there's so many like almost like I don't want to call Super Saiyan 3 Gohan like mid tier or anything like that, but he's not a Dokkan Fest option, but he's very good still.
Yep,
He's
yep.
there. In UI Goku, if he transforms, he's iffy, but he's very solid before he transforms. He's got nice defense, nice attack. There's a lot of options that this Gohan is strengthening. So, you add that on top of him having one of the most busted like super attack effects, and then the fact that Super Int I think is also a little bit sort of on the weaker end compared to like Super
Yeah,
SCR or AGL or something like that. So like Gohan as a leader, I felt like is very strong and very important for Battlefield and Super Battle Road and some of these places. So Gohan is very good.
I agree. I think when he first came out, he set the bar. I was like, raising attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns. Is this what all the Awakening is going to be like? Because that's going to be crazy. And clearly, we've got through some good ones and some not so great ones. I mean, they're all good overall, but in comparison, as we're ranking them in top 10, this effect is number one. Like
Yeah.
this is amazing. And yeah, for Super Int, he's got a good link set too, right? So prepare for battle.
Yeah,
Oh,
he does have
great
prepare
for
for battle,
Saiyans.
Saiyan Warrior Race. See, it's just like Berserker is kind of pointless. Gaze of Respect,
Yeah.
I think he has that with LR Gohan actually. Gaze of Respect. Yeah, he
Yes,
does.
he's got that
In
with all
LR
going.
Gohan has got Gaze of Respect, and like LR Piccolo is a meme right now, far and away the worst LR. But like, I mean,
Yep.
they could easily give him an easy A, right? And they could make him like super good. So that, well, actually, no, LR Piccolo does have Shattering Limit, yeah, because he awakens from the World Tournament. No, he
World Tournament,
doesn't
yep.
have Shattering
So
Limit actually. It's odd.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man. That car needs a lot of help. He needs a lot
yeah.
of work, but
I mean, if they just did something like, I don't know, if they gave Piccolo like 300% defense, a 50% chance to dodge, and then he gives all allies like 20 or 30% defense, like he becomes insane, right? Like, and I feel like that's not like that out of the question because he's also hard to get too. So if you don't have him right now, he's not easy to get, as you guys know. So,
I mean, I see like 200% defense and then like damage reduction.
oh yeah,
And so like yeah, there's a lot of ways they could play around with it. They just need to play around with it and give it to us
yep.
already. But yeah, Gohan's great, man. And number two, so Cabba being number one is obvious if you're counting
Yeah,
down. Yeah. So
there's so many layers to why Cabba is just so insane, right? So we start with his effect, 30% attack and defense, 9 turns. Again, just silly, ludicrous, ridiculous. But
hmm
then, so with Cabba, the thing I've found is his like links are a really big deal, right? So like he
Yep.
has Saiyan Pride, which is his 15% attack link. Now that's really big for LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who, the Super Saiyan 4s came out, and like I just feel like they like their circumstances have like not changed since the day they came out. Like they're still just as good. Like
Yep.
I, apparently they were changed right before they came out, and that change really, really made it to where they're going to age very well. Their active skills are still insane. So like this, and like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, right? If you look at the way his card is built, like Cabba completely complements him in every way, right? They're sharing good links. You know, they've got Super Saiyan, they have Prepare for Battle, they have Saiyan Pride. Um, Vegeta gets what 4 ki from STR key spheres, and then Cabba's creating STR key spheres, so
Yep.
that's going to really allow Vegeta to just be at full power. You know, it's like you just go through it, and then like Cabba is Universe 6, right? So he's got like Warriors Universe 6 with Kefla. He's got Super Saiyan with Kefla, and then of course we know with Kefla, you give Kefla 6 orbs, and there's not a lot of units that could sort of match what she can do damage wise outside of like, you know, the top LRs or like Cooler or Beerus or something like that, right?
Yep.
So like you're just going through it, and then look at the units that are on these teams with Cabba. Like this is where it gets like ludicrous, like silly, right? Like TOP. You have LRUI Goku, you've got Kefla, you have Cabba himself. I mean, the STR Kale is easily one of the best units in the game, right? Like
Yep. Agreed.
you just need a Caulifla with her, and she's like stacking defense and has like guard and like, but it's like guess what? Like there's one of the best units in the game has Caulifla in the name, LR Kale and Caulifla, who are on the same team. So it's like that, like that's what I'm talking about, layered, right? Like you just go through all these categories. Like Cabba just brings so much to the table and brings so much together. You know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and UI Goku are also on pure Saiyans, right? Like you just see it. Like the effect he
Yeah.
has is so crazy.
Well, the fact that he's on pure Saiyans and he has prepared for battle is great unto itself, right? So he does additional links, and then of course onto his passive skill and all that. It's like you said, he just fits in on so many teams. I'm looking at Bond Master and Disciple. You've got Strength Whis, right? You've
Oh
got
yeah.
LR Beerus and Whis.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's the thing. Like Beerus and Whis secretly could be one of the strongest LRs in the game, but they don't give themselves any key, so you have to completely
right?
support them. That's the only thing.
Yep. And then and then with Cabba, just easy done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's there's a lot with him to unpack, but once you unpack it, you realize, yeah, he's like clearly at the top,
Yeah.
you know. So number one, there's no argument for me that it is Kabe, and right now we seem to be on a super strength kick, right?
They
Like
have
last
to
year
be
was it
stopping
super
at that.
AGL?
They can't. They can't keep going. Like there's no way. Like they can't. They can't.
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, we saw what happened with Super AGL in 2019, so maybe 2020 Super Strength, and he's just
I
gonna have
guess.
more value if that keeps going, right?
Oh, I can't even think. Like they couldn't like dropping Kefla and UI Goku back to back. Like that's like enough. Like and like we just got Blue Gogeta, and it's like let's chill. Let's chill. Because I think the
I,
physicals and then Super Int need
Ints,
help. Extreme Tech needs
yep.
help. Like let's move away from Super STR for a bit.
I mean, I agree, but we'll never know until it comes out and be like, man, I'm out of STR orbs.
Well, I guess we are getting V Jump in a couple of days, so
Yeah, this week should get V Jump, and then we'll see.
yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Kabe. So let's recap the top 10. Top
Okay.
10 going down. So on my video in part 1, we've got AGL Pan at 10.
Yep.
Scouter Vegeta at 9. Tech Second Form Cell at 8. Kai Outfit Gohan at 7.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 we had Tech Tien.
Yep. Now again, the one unit I feel like people are probably really strongly going to disagree with is Tien, because
Yeah.
like Tien, I like UI Goku as the best unit in the game, but like UI Goku can't match what the Blue Fusions do when they're transformed, right? Like they're runaway favorites, as like nothing is close to what they can do. And then you put Tien next to Blue Vegito, and things get a little get a little
nutty.
And Tien is on that team, and Tien is helping like LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku on there as well, and like he's strong on a couple of categories, and then Goku and Frieza, who is still one of the most damaging units in the game, up there with like Tech Broly and stuff like that. So I could see the justification for Tien, but just across the entire game, right? Like the legendary Goku event, like Tien is basically just an L. Like you're not gonna do it, right? So that hurts
Right.
him. That's one of the modes. And then on Super Battle Road, he is good. You do want to run him, and I even usually run this guy as leader. But greatly lowering attack, as good as it is, greatly lowering defense is not really going to help you that much, I don't think. So
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Round down the top 5 for you.
Yeah. So then of course 5 Rildo, 4 was Super Buu, 3 Hit, 2 Kid Gohan, and then of course number 1 with a bullet is our boy Cabba.
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to see more of our extended thoughts on, again, units 10 through 6, head over to part 1 on NOLAR's channel. This, of course, was part 2. The 50% supports, even Pan at number 10 is absolutely an amazing unit. No doubt about that. Just not as good as some of the other ones in front of her, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
NOLAR, my boy, thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
There you guys go. This was actually heavily requested that I do this, and then you hit me up and it's like, oh yeah, let's knock it out, right? Because people, the 50% supports, they made them super busted, which makes sense because they're some of the most highly limited units in the game, even more so than LRs for the most case, right?
Yeah.
So now that
before the blue coins, we had to wait like months before they came back on a banner.
Dude, years. If you remember the AGL banner and the INT banner, like it was like 2 years between when those banners were up. It was insane.
And then like when they came back like for like anniversary or like download celebrations, you only had one pull.
Yep.
They gave you one pull and a bunch of orbs, which fine, but if I had the choice of one pull and a bunch of orbs, or I could summon as many times as I want, I would rather get rid of the orbs and just summon as many times as I want to get
We're
them.
whales, all right? We want to summon, man.
Of course, that's just how it is. Yeah.
All right, guys. So there we go. There's our top 10. Thanks again to NOLAR. Make sure you guys check out part 1 in the description. And we'll catch y'all next time.
See you guys.